Okay, YouTubers, here we are. Been driving this around a little bit. I think the last video I didn't actually have the drive system installed, but there's the rear out of what would be for an electric go-kart. Again, locking. I locked this end of the axle, which allows me to get twice the RPMs out of the other end. I actually put a tack on that, and I'm getting more than double. I got 1,242 RPMs out of that. So something else that I also found out was I used or purchased a different foot throttle than what came with the kit. Before, I was only seeing like a maximum of 16 to 18 amps. Now with this new pedal, I'm reaching the capacity of the controller. I think I've seen as high as 30, maybe 31. So it's rated for 32, but I just got done going up an area that's pretty steep. Trying to think. I was in not the lowest gear, but I was in, what would it be? 32 to 1 would have been the gear. But as you can see right there, I came up this way without any difficulty at all, which is quite steep. I did a rough measurement of this area. This area is like 30% slope. That, I'm gonna say, I don't know, maybe 40%. I'll have to measure it at some point. Anyways, so this thing's working really well. Again, it isn't fast, but it's still fun. Just puttering around, seeing what its limitations are. I don't think there's been any limitation as far as the gear options that I have, because that lowest gear, 80 to 1, that is pretty low. So let me put this back together here, and then I'll drive it around a little bit and show you what kind of amps are being drawn. It's handy having the little meter, battery monitor, I guess. I can do that through my phone. Boy, this is tough to get into. I don't know how the Marines did it. I guess they were a lot skinnier than myself, but that's okay. So we're at 81%, currently 53 volts. Let's put this in what would be the highest gear that I have. We're in forward. There's 3 different speeds I can regulate the RPMs of the motor. 3 different peak RPMs. There's my controller, on off key. This is a circuit breaker that came with it. Seems like that was just an afterthought that they threw in with the kit, but anyway, it works. So let's monitor the amps as I go here. Again, it's not very fast. I figured that the top speed is close to 1 mile an hour. You can hear it winding up there. We're only at almost 8 amps. Now we're kind of going downhill here a little bit. You can tell by the whine of the gears. We're gonna round the bend here. There's the tractor that I took the rear out of. Oh, we were 14. I was at 14 amps there. We're gonna head up this slight grade over here and we'll monitor the amps as we go up there. Give you an idea. I'm gonna head between the car and the house. So that's about floored. And we went up to like 26 amps there. But plenty of drum. Amps there, 23. Not too shabby, I don't think. All things considered. Let's floor it again, see what we get. 25, 27 amps almost there. But overall, all things considered, I think what we got here is pretty good setup. I bought some. Let's go take a look. I bought some. They're supposed to be 35-inch tires. Grunt, getting out of that. That is the toughest thing to get in and out of. I bought some used. They're 35-inch tires. I'm pretty much maxing out. I guess these are a pretty good rock crawling tire, but those things are big. Gonna mount those. That'll increase my speed a little bit, but also is gonna probably draw some more amps than I'm getting out of these 32s. But let me show you really quick my pinch point, if you will. Let me turn the wheel all the way to the right if I can. That's all the way to the right. So my pinch point is right here. I don't really want to cut the bumper. I think it's going to be all right. I think I'm going to be able to clear it without doing much of anything. But if it is a problem, I think part of the issue right now is I think that shock is keeping that arm, the suspension arm, from traveling any farther down. So I'll probably, if it becomes an issue, I'll check that before I cut the bumper. I don't want to do that. But anyways, that's the latest and greatest. Till next time.